Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Fluently.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy you're here with us today.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Anna.
Today, we're talking about breaking habits, how to stop bad routines, and talk about them like a native speaker.
Exactly. It's a common topic, but a tricky one. Let's get started.
Okay, let's start with the first step to breaking a habit is identifying it.
Identifying it. That sounds a bit formal, Adam. What do you mean by identifying?
Well, identifying simply means to name it or to notice it. You have to know exactly what the bad habit is.
Ah, I see. So identifying means to notice the habit clearly.
Exactly. Many people have bad habits, but they don't really think about them. They just do them automatically.
That is true. Sometimes I do things without thinking, like drinking too much coffee.
Is that your bad habit, Anna? Coffee?
Yes, unfortunately. I drink maybe 5 cups a day. It is definitely a bad habit.
Wow, 5 cups. That is a lot, but at least you admit it.
Inquisitive. What about you? Come on, tell us your bad habit.
Well, mine is related to technology. I spend too much time scrolling on social media.
That is a good word for our listeners. Scrolling. Can you explain that?
Sure, scrolling means moving your finger up and down on your phone screen to see more pictures or videos.
Right, scrolling. Moving the screen up and down endlessly.
I do it before I go to sleep. It is terrible for my eyes.
I think many listeners have that habit too. It is very common.
What are some other common bad habits?
Well, I see people biting their nails when they're nervous.
Oh, yes, biting nails. That is not very clean.
No, it isn't. And what about eating junk food?
Good example. Junk food. That means food that is unhealthy, right?
Yes, junk food is food like chips, candy, or fast food. It has a lot of fat and sugar.
But it tastes so good. That is why it is hard to stop.
True, but it is bad for your body if you eat it every day.
So, we have biting nails, scrolling on phones, and eating junk food.
Yes. To our listeners, I want you to pick one habit right now.
Just one. Don't try to fix everything at the same time.
Did you pick one? Good.
Once you pick it, say it out loud. For example, say, I want to stop eating sugar.
Saying it out loud makes it real.
Does writing it down help too?
Oh, absolutely. Write it on a piece of paper. I will stop scrolling at night.
That is great advice. So now we have identified the habit.
Yes, we know the enemy now.
Transitioning tone. But knowing the habit is not enough. We need to know why we do it.
You mean the triggers?
Exactly. Triggers. That's our next step.
I can't wait to discuss that.
Okay, let's move to part 2 to understand why these habits happen.
Let's go.
Now that we know our bad habit, we need to understand the trigger.
The trigger? Adam, isn't that a part of a gun? That sounds dangerous.
No, not a gun trigger. In psychology, a trigger is the thing that causes you to start a habit.
Oh, I see. So a trigger is the signal that tells your brain to do the habit.
Exactly. Think of it like a start button. Something happens and you automatically react.
Okay, listeners, remember this. A trigger is the signal that starts the habit.
Triggers can be different things. They can be an emotion, a time of day, or a place.
Can you give us an example using your phone habit?
Sure. I usually scroll on my phone when I am in bed.
Okay, and how do you feel at that moment? Are you sad?
No, not sad. Usually I'm just bored. I have nothing else to do.
Aha, so boredom is your trigger.
Yes, the feeling of boredom pushes me to grab my phone.
That makes sense. What about stress? Is that a trigger?
Stress is a huge trigger, maybe the biggest one.
Tell me about it. When I'm stressed, I eat chocolate.
See? The stress is the signal. The chocolate is the reaction.
So, for our listeners, the habit is often a way to fix a feeling.
Correct. You feel bad, so you do the habit to feel better.
Can a specific time be a trigger too?
Absolutely. For example, some people smoke a cigarette right after lunch,
I get it. Finishing lunch is the signal.
or arriving home from work. You walk in the door and turn on the TV immediately.
Wow, I do that. Entering the house is my trigger for TV.
Even people can be triggers.
People, how can a person be a trigger?
Well, if you have a friend who always eats fast food, you will want to eat it with them.
That is so true. My friend Sarah loves pizza. When I see her, I want pizza.
So, Sarah is your trigger.
Poor Sarah. I won't tell her that.
So, the homework for this part is to be a detective.
Yes, watch yourself closely. Ask, why am I doing this?
Am I bored? Am I stressed? Is it 8 p.m.?
Summarizing, find the trigger and you understand the habit.
But knowing the trigger doesn't stop the habit immediately.
So, do we stop it quickly or slowly?
That is the big question. Cold turkey or slow change?
Exciting! Let's find out in part 3.
Now we have a big decision to make about how to stop.
What is the decision? Is it about the speed?
Yes. Do you want to stop slowly or do you want to quit cold turkey?
Cold turkey? Adam, are we talking about food now? I am hungry.
No. Cold turkey is a very famous English idiom.
Oh, an idiom. Listeners love idioms. Please explain it.
To quit something cold turkey means to stop it completely and immediately, no waiting.
I see. So if I quit coffee cold turkey, I go from 5 cups to 0 cups tomorrow?
Exactly. 0. Nothing. You stop 100% right now.
Wow, that sounds incredibly difficult.
It is very hard. It can be a shock to your body and your mind.
So why do people do it?
Well, some people like to rip the bandage off.
That is another great phrase. Rip the bandage off.
Imagine you have a cut and a sticky bandage on it. If you pull it slowly, it hurts for a long time.
But if you pull it fast, it hurts a lot, but only for 1 second.
Precisely. Cold turkey is painful, but it's fast.
I don't know. I think I prefer the other way, the slow way.
That is called gradual change or weaning off.
Weaning off means reducing the amount little by little, right?
Yes. For your coffee, you drink 4 cups this week, then 3 cups next week.
That sounds much easier. My body would not be so angry.
It is easier, but it takes more discipline.
Why?
Because it is easy to cheat. You might say, oh, just 1 more cup today won't hurt.
You are right. If I stop completely, there is no choice.
So cold turkey is stricter, but gradual change is gentler.
Which one works better for social media?
Deleting the app is cold turkey. It works well for me.
But then you might reinstall it 5 minutes later.
That has happened to me.
Maybe setting a timer is better. That is gradual.
Yes, limit it to 1 hour a day, then 30 minutes.
So, listeners, you must choose. Do you want to be tough and fast?
Or do you want to be slow and steady?
There is no wrong answer. Pick what fits your personality.
But wait, if we stop a habit, we have a hole in our schedule.
A hole? What do we put in the hole?
Excited! We need a replacement. That is the secret in part 4.
Okay, tell me about replacement.
This is my favorite part. It is time to fill the hole.
You mean the empty space left by the bad habit?
Exactly. If you just stop doing something, your brain panics. It says, hey, we usually do something now.
My brain definitely does that. It gets very loud.
That is why we need the replacement strategy. You don't just subtract, you must substitute.
Substitute. That means to swap one thing for another thing.
Yes. Let's look at your coffee habit, Anna. If you stop coffee, you still want a warm drink in your hand.
That is true. I like holding the cup. It's comforting.
So, what is a good replacement? Maybe herbal tea?
Herbal tea is warm and it has no caffeine. That could work.
See, you keep the routine, drinking something warm, but you change the bad part, the caffeine.
I like that. Keep the routine, change the bad part.
Now, let's look at my phone scrolling habit.
That is harder. You do it because you are bored. What replaces boredom?
Maybe reading a book?
Be honest, Adam. Is a book as easy as a phone?
No, a phone is so easy. A book takes effort.
You are right. The replacement must be easy too. If it is too hard, you won't do it.
You're right. Maybe I can listen to a short podcast or play a quick puzzle game.
A puzzle game is better. It keeps your hands busy, just like scrolling.
That is a key point. The replacement must satisfy the same need.
Can you explain satisfy the same need?
Sure, if you eat chocolate because you are stressed, you need a replacement that relaxes you.
So eating an apple might not work.
Exactly. An apple is healthy, but it is not comforting. A hot bath or calling a friend is comforting.
I understand. If the trigger is stress, the replacement must be relaxing.
Correct. Don't just pick a healthy thing, pick a helpful thing.
But Adam, what if I choose a replacement, but the bad habit is staring at me?
Staring at you?
Yes, like if I want to drink tea, but the coffee pot is right there on the counter.
Ah, the temptation. That is dangerous.
It is very hard to resist when it is right in front of me.
Then we need to change your house. We need to change your environment.
Change my house? That sounds like a big project.
Not a big construction project, just some simple changes.
Okay, tell me how to do that in part 5.
Let's go. Now, we talk about changing your environment.
Environment? You mean nature, like trees and rivers?
No, not that environment. I mean your surroundings, your room, your house, your office.
Ah, the places where I live and work.
Exactly. Your environment can help you or it can hurt you.
Like my coffee pot. It hurts me because I see it every morning.
Yes. So the first rule is make the bad habit invisible.
Invisible? Like a ghost?
I mean hide it. Put the coffee pot in a cupboard. Don't leave it on the counter.
That makes sense. Out of sight, out of mind.
Oh, perfect idiom. Out of sight, out of mind. Please explain that to our listeners.
It means if you cannot see something, you will stop thinking about it.
Right. If you don't see the cookies, you won't want to eat the cookies.
That is true. If there are cookies on the table, I eat them all.
So don't buy them. If they're not in your house, you cannot eat them.
But the supermarket has so many cookies, it is hard to resist buying them.
Here is a trick. Never go shopping when you are hungry.
Oh, I made that mistake before. I bought everything.
Me too. Go when you are full. You will make better choices.
Okay, so we hide the bad things. What else?
We need to increase friction.
Friction? That sounds like physics class.
In this context, friction means difficulty. You want to make the bad habit hard to do.
I see. Make it difficult, make it annoying.
Exactly. For my phone habit, I leave my phone in the kitchen at night.
The kitchen? But you sleep in the bedroom.
Yes, if I want to scroll, I have to get out of my warm bed and walk to the kitchen.
And you're too lazy to do that?
Absolutely. Laziness is my friend here. It's too much effort, so I just sleep.
That is brilliant. Use your laziness to help you.
How can you add friction to your coffee habit?
Maybe I can unplug the machine?
Yes, or put the coffee beans on a very high shelf.
So I have to get a chair to reach them? That is a lot of work.
Exactly. You'll think, too much work, and drink water instead.
So for bad habits, hide them and make them hard.
And for good habits, show them and make them easy.
Like putting a book on my pillow.
Yes, you see it immediately. It's easy to pick up.
This sounds like a solid plan. I feel ready to change my house.
But Anna, even with a perfect house, sometimes we fail.
Oh no, you mean we make mistakes?
Yes, we call them slip-ups, and they happen to everyone.
How do we handle a slip-up? Do we give up?
Never give up. We'll learn how to handle mistakes in part 6.
Phew. Okay, let's go.
We need to talk about something very important. Slip-ups.
Slip-ups. That is a funny word. Does it mean falling down?
In a way, yes. A slip-up is a small mistake. It is when you accidentally do your bad habit again.
Ah, okay. A slip-up is a small mistake on the journey.
Many people think that if they slip up once, they have failed completely.
I do that. If I eat one cookie, I feel terrible. I feel like a failure.
That is a very common feeling. We call that all or nothing thinking.
All or nothing. So either I'm perfect or I'm zero?
Exactly. It's a dangerous trap. Imagine you eat one cookie. What do you do next?
Well, usually I say I failed and then I eat the whole bag of cookies.
See, that's the trap. Because you made one mistake, you decide to make 10 mistakes.
When you say it like that, it sounds really silly.
Let me give you an analogy. If you drop your phone and it gets a small scratch, what do?
I pick it up and say, oops, and I check if it still works.
Do you throw the phone on the ground and smash it into pieces?
No, of course not. That would be crazy.
But that's what you do with the cookies. You have one small scratch, so you smash the whole diet.
Wow, that is a powerful example. So one cookie is just a scratch.
Yes, it's just a slip-up. Forgive yourself and stop.
How do I forgive myself? I'm very hard on myself.
Talk to yourself like you talk to a friend.
Like a friend?
If I ate a cookie, would you scream at me?
No, I would say, it is okay, Adam. Just don't eat another one.
Exactly. Be your own best friend. Say, it was just one. I will do better now.
I will do better now. I like that. It focuses on the future, not the past.
Also, try to learn from the slip-up. Ask why it happened.
Like, was I stressed? Was I tired?
Yes. If you were tired, maybe the lesson is go to bed earlier.
So don't just feel guilty, use the mistake to learn.
Precisely. Progress is not a straight line. It is messy.
That makes me feel much better. I don't have to be perfect.
You just have to keep going. Don't wait for next Monday to restart.
Right. Restart immediately, the next minute.
You can do it, but it's easier if you have help.
Help? You mean like a coach?
Or a friend. We call that accountability.
Accountability. That is a big word. Let's talk about it in part 7.
Let's go to our final part. It's about accountability.
Accountability. That is a long and difficult word. What does it mean?
It simply means being responsible to someone else. It means you don't do it alone.
Being responsible to someone else. Okay, I understand.
When we try to break a habit alone, it is easy to cheat.
Yes, if nobody sees me, did it really happen?
Exactly. That is why you need an accountability partner.
Accountability partner. That is the person who checks on you.
Yes, it could be a friend, family member, or a coworker.
What does this partner do exactly? Do they yell at me?
No, they don't yell. They just ask you, did you succeed today?
That sounds simple, but it is actually quite scary.
It is, because you do not want to say, no, I failed to your friend.
I see. I don't want to disappoint them. I want them to be proud.
That feeling is very powerful. It motivates you when you feel weak.
Like going to the gym. If my friend is waiting, I have to go.
Perfect example. You might skip it for yourself, but you won't skip it for them.
So, Adam, will you be my accountability partner?
I would love to. I will ask you every day, Anna, how much coffee?
Oh boy. Okay. And I will ask you, Adam, did you scroll last night?
Deal. Knowing you will ask me makes me want to stop.
Can we tell more people, not just one partner?
Yes, you can make a public declaration. Tell everyone.
Everyone, like on social media?
Why not? Post it on Facebook. I am quitting sugar.
But then everyone is watching me.
That is the point. Good pressure helps you stay on track.
I suppose so. It makes the promise very real.
Also, find a community. Join a group of people doing the same thing.
That is great advice. We are stronger together.
So, find a partner. Don't fight the battle alone.
I feel much safer knowing I have a partner now.
We have covered so much today. We are ready to wrap up.
Yes, we have a full plan now. Let's review everything.
Well, we made it to the end. That was a lot of information, but very useful.
Yes, it was. I feel ready to stop drinking so much coffee now.
Just remember the steps. Identify the habit, find the trigger, replace it with something good, and change your environment.
And don't forget to find an accountability partner. It makes everything easier.
Now, we have a question for you, our listeners.
Yes, we want to hear from you. Please tell us in the comments below.
What is the one bad habit you want to break this month?
Don't be shy. Write it in the comments. This will be your first act of accountability.
If you enjoyed this lesson and learned some new vocabulary, please hit the like button.
It really helps our channel grow. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe.
We post new English conversations every week to help you improve.
Thank you so much for listening. Remember, be patient with yourself. You can do this.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.